News that's just coming in. The body of a woman and her daughter have been found in a pool of blood in Gaur City Apartments in Noida. This woman was living in the house with her son and daughter, and the rest of the family was out of town. The Noida police have found multiple stab injuries on the neck caused by scissors. The woman's minor son is also missing after the incident. The police has reached the spot and they are conducting investigations. Priyank joins me on the phone line. Priyank, a shocking case coming out there. The woman used to stay with her family. The family was out of town, and now the police have found her body along with her daughter's body in a pool of blood.
Yeah, certainly. The family members were trying to approach her since 4th, but since she was not responding on the phone call, neither her son or daughter were responding to the call. They called the PCR, and one of the family members came along with the Noida police personnel and found that the doors were locked from outside, and the woman's body was found inside the room along with her daughter having multiple stab wound injuries. Cops also saying that their minor son, who's 15 years of age, has been missing since the incident, since other family members were out of station, including the woman's husband. So cops will be recording their statement, but it's very shocking to see that how someone can enter inside the house having a very friendly entry, and after which both mother and the daughter were murdered by the suspect. Noida police officers are also saying that till the time they will be able to, record the statement of their minor son, they won't be able to come to any kind of conclusion that who was the person who entered. Although they have recovered the CCTV footage of this apartment, which is in Noida Part 2 extension, to ascertain that who were the other people who would have come inside the apartment. People in this locality are already in a state of shock because this is a newly built up, residential township, which is known as Gaur City in Noida. Back to you.
Yeah. Priyank, even though the police is saying they'll only be able to come out with a statement after they get done with the investigations, after the investigations are complete, anything fishy that the police is suspecting at this point of time?
See, the one link which they obviously are probing is the minor son being missing, because the woman and her daughter, both of them were also injured by a cricket bat, and that was also found near the body. They have also found a scissor, which was also found near the body. So certainly, the manner in which the minor son is missing, who is 15 years of age, is certainly raising doubt that whether someone who was known to him would have caused this particular murder, or he himself could have been a possible person who is treated as a suspect in this particular case. So till the time the son will be traced by the Noida police officials, it's very difficult for them to ascertain that who would have entered. Although they are trying to look at the CCTV footage since last night to see that whether someone outsider would have come or not, because this is a case of friendly entry. Someone entered in the house without any forceful means, and later to that, after murder of both the victims, the suspect left after locking the doors from outside. Back to you.
Thank you, Priyank, for joining us with all those details in this story. We will burn you in Doha, we will kill you, we will put you in jail. Now, these are some of the threats that RJ Suraj has been receiving through calls and text messages. Now, you would think, why would an RJ do something that would piss off people so much? His fault? He supported and cheered Muslim girls after they carried out a flash mob on World AIDS Day. RJ Suraj put out his first video of supporting the girls on 2nd of December, and now he has been hounded for an apology. Suraj, who hosts a prime-time evening show called Doha Junction on Radio Malayalam 98.6 FM, was hounded for an apology. Vivek joins me on the phone line. Vivek, girls performed a flash mob on the World AIDS Day. This RJ puts out a video in support of what those girls did, and then he was hounded for an apology.
Yes, that's right. He was hounded for an apology, not just once. There were a number of, threat posts which has been put out in the Facebook, in various social medias against RJ Suraj. RJ Suraj has been performing for this Doha Junction for the last 5 years. and he's quite a famous, in the Doha circles, especially within the Malayali community out there. And this particular incident that happened on the 1st of December as part of the World AIDS Day has actually, angered and many, fundamentalists, especially from Kerala and now also from Gulf regions. Now, RJ Suraj in his video has, on the second of video, he actually condemned, this kind of Facebook post and the kind of attitude by these fundamentalists. He said that, if these people, I mean, these fundamentalists are speaking for Hadia, who was Hadia, and saying that, and also, if they can speak for the rights and individuality of 23-year-old Hadia, why this hypocrisy on this, three young girls who performed in the streets of Malappuram, various threat messages, and especially, he's been hounded. They say that his radio station will be burned and he'll also be killed. He'll lose his job. These kind of very abusive and kind of threatening language now being used. And after that, he's been forced to apologize. Now, he also says that, he's not he's apologizing. He says that, he doesn't mean that his video doesn't mean to basically, pinpoint on any particular religion, and he doesn't want to hurt the religious sentiments of any particular section. And, it went in that way.
Right, Vivek.
Tone's voice. Yes.
Thank you, Vivek, for joining us with all those details. Now, Rajni is joining me on the phone line. Rajni, these girls performed a flash mob on the World AIDS Day because they wanted to spread awareness. Now, RJ said that what these girls did was a good job. And once he posted this video, he was hounded because people said that he should apologize and he should basically apologize for what he did. And the first video of this RJ came out on the 2nd of December.
He need not apologize. Why should he apologize? See, this is a freedom of expression which is vested on all of us, in all the citizens of this country. See, no art is against any religion. No art wanted to harm against any religious sentiments. Nothing to do with religion, because art is appreciated by everyone. So what those girls did is a right thing, and there was no obscenity in their performance, nothing to do with religion. They performed so well, and that too for a very good cause. And what Suraj did was absolutely right. See, I am also a television anchor in Malayalam media. I strongly support RJ Suraj for this, because if something happens to our fraternity, we should stand together. That is one thing. Secondly, we should be against all this kind of fundamentalism and fanaticism happening in this society, because we all are responsible for promoting all these things in an indirect way. Because if something happens in the society, if we are not reciprocating, if we are not responding, if we are not saying what is wrong and what is right, this will aggravate the situation. So
Ranjini, you are making a point. You are saying that people should stand up for what's right and what's wrong. But this RJ was hounded to the point that he then had to come out and apologize. And he had to say that whatever I did, do not let the people who work in the FM, do not let them pay for what I did. And he was hounded to a point where he actually had to come out and apologize.
See, why should he do that? See, these fanatic people or the fundamentalist people, they say that it is their freedom of expression and they are coming out and saying their views. Like that, the RJ Suraj also has got the freedom of expression. He is also coming out and what he thinks right, he's saying in the public. What is wrong in it? And one more thing, long back, I still remember when I was doing a show in one of the Malayalam channels here, there was a similar incident where I was talking about Parda. I'm not against any religion or any dress code or anything related to any religion, but I was just an anchor and moderating the show. And what happened was, at the end of the program, some of the fundamentalists stood against me and they started abusing me. And it became a big issue. And that time I also got a similar kind of abuse from the fundamentalists from one particular religion. And I strongly stood. And my family stood with me. My friends stood with me. Like that, I suggest all the friends and especially the RJs and the TV anchors and those who are in the media should stand with RJ Suraj for this. And he should be brave to face all this.
Right. Thank you for joining us with all those, with your thoughts. Now, Fakhruddin is on the phone line with me. Fakhruddin, 3 Malayali girls danced and they performed a flash mob on AIDS awareness. Now, the flash mob was a part of the District Health Department's campaign to commemorate the World AIDS Day on December 1st. Now, RJ, who saw this, he then posted a video on the 2nd of December saying what the girls did was very brave and he supported them. But then he was hounded and made to apologize.
Yeah, I heard the news. It's actually quite unfortunate. But, it's actually an example of semi-fascism, which is prevailing in our country, irrespective of community and caste categories. And in Kerala, the Muslim community, when compared to other places in India, I'm not talking about the metros, but other parts of rural India concerned, is well educated, well literate, and very much modern also. But some fringe elements are there in the community. Now they are trying to block everything which is progressive happening in the community. And unfortunately, due to the pressure of electoral politics, even our mainstream political parties are depending on these guys, and they are not ready to condemn these sort of activities, even though these sort of responses, even though many of these political parties are center left and the center right parties, which are very progressive also. So this is a problem. And that's why RJ Suraj has to apologize, because of the pressure mounted on him and his firm. And this is quite unfortunate, and our political parties should be more responsive, should be more responsible, and our community organization should be more responsible. Otherwise, you cannot blame IS, you cannot blame RSS, because you are doing the same thing.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Ali, for joining us with your thoughts. Now, listen in to what the RJ had to say.
നിന്നെ ദോഹയിലിട്ട് കത്തിക്കും, നിന്നെ തല്ലും കൊല്ലും, നിന്നെ ജയിലിലടക്കും, നിന്റെ ജോലി കളയിക്കും, അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് ആക്രോശങ്ങൾ കണ്ടു. ആ പെൺകുട്ടികളുടെ ഡാൻസിനെ കുറ്റപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് ഒരുപാട് പേരുടെ കമന്റുകൾ, വളരെ അശ്ലീലം നിറഞ്ഞ കമന്റുകൾ അടക്കം കണ്ടു. അപ്പോ കുറച്ച് പെൺകുട്ടികൾക്ക് റോഡിൽ നിന്നിട്ട് ഡാൻസ് കളിക്കാനുള്ള വ്യക്തി സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം പോലും ഇല്ലേ എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എന്റെ മനസ്സിൽ കൊണ്ട ആ ഒരു ചോദ്യം. അത് ഒരുപാട് പേരുടെ വികാരത്തിനെ വ്രണപ്പെടുത്തി എന്ന് കേട്ടു. അപ്പോ അതിൽ അങ്ങേയറ്റം ഹൃദയത്തിൽ തൊട്ടുകൊണ്ട് ക്ഷമാപണം നടത്തുകയാണ്.
Mumbai continues to be on high alert in the wake of Cyclone Oki, with predictions of rain for the next 2 days. Now, the civic administration and the police have sprung into action to ensure that the rain does not become a dampener for Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's followers. Lakhs of followers have arrived at Dadar's Shivaji Park to pay tributes to their leader on his death anniversary. Now, the civic body BMC has warned the visitors to stay away from the seashore, and in addition to that, they have asked 600 policemen to be deployed for this event. Also, BMC's Disaster Management Department has kept a team of 45 NDRF personnel on standby for rescue operations in case of an emergency. Now, Richa joins me live on this story. Richa, do you think that the kind of measures that the BMC has taken, they are enough measures? The BMC is ready to tackle any kind of disaster?
That's right, Aishwarya. I am at the spot at the Chaitya Bhumi where the 61st Baba Sahib Ambedkar's Memorial Day is being celebrated, and as you can see in the visuals right now, a number of people, we just saw the Chief Minister himself, Vinod Tavre, and a series of other ministers, state ministers coming in to give their respects to this particular day, and we are seeing thousands and thousands of people who have actually gathered for this event, which happens every year on 6th of December. And certainly we are seeing that the preparations made by not just the BMC but all the other officials, be it the police, be it the disaster management people and the other, they have all been stationed from right from the Dadar station area up till the Dadar Chowpatty where this event is happening. And as you can see this side of the visuals as well, the police van is being stationed. We have all kinds of police personnel, security personnel stationed for this event as well. And speaking to the officials as well, they are telling us that they are certainly prepared for any kind of eventuality, although we did see a minor hiccup happening last night when one of the pandals at Shivaji Park actually gave through and had come down, injuring 2 to 3 people. But at this point it seems like they are in control of the crowd here.
Richa, as you said, and we can also see in the visuals, a lot of police personnel taking stock of the situation there. You know, we can see a lot of barricading happening. So definitely BMC is taking this event very seriously. And as far as the police personnel deployment is, we can talk about it. We can actually see in the visuals that there's a lot of bandobast being done by the BMC.
Yes, absolutely, Aishwarya. We are seeing a number of these police personnel who have been stationed here right from, as I said, the other station. They have completely barricaded the whole area with security. And although yesterday being a very sensitive day when it comes to the weather aspect of the cyclone's onset, despite that, today the weather seems much more better than yesterday. The rainfall is not that much. So certainly it has come as a relief for the thousands and lakhs of people who have come here from across the country. And they have also been given accommodations in a number of these BMC schools as well, in case they did not have a space to stay on these pandals and ground area in Mumbai. So certainly it seems like the police is leaving no stone unturned to make sure the authorities that if there is a situation of emergency, things can be tackled well.
Richa, how many people do you see around there at present, and do you expect that through the day there will be more people who will be coming to pay respects to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? Richa, how many people do you see there around? Because in the visuals, I believe we can see thousands of people. Are more people expected to visit this place through the course of the day?
Yes, certainly, Aishwarya. We are seeing people coming in from yesterday, from Monday night itself. We met a few people who had come all the way from Karnataka, and a number of these people have come from corners of Maharashtra, completely showing us that they are the true followers of the architect of our constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, and they have been reaching here. And the approx figure as of now, what we are getting is that it's between 4 to 5 lakhs, which is the average figure that we get here every single year on 6th of December. So certainly it does seem like the crowd management part is being taken care by the police, by the security personnel, and also there are about 12 ambulances and 50 doctors that have been stationed here, and there are a number of help desks as well that have been put up. Food and bathrooms and other facilities have been provided for these people as well. So clearly showing us that all kinds of arrangements and necessary arrangements are being made by the authorities.
Just stay with us. Now, Cyclone Oki is expected to dissipate near Gujarat's Surat region, the Met Department has said. Now, Gujarat is on high alert with rescue and relief teams stationed at the coast. Now, several top leaders were forced to cancel their election rallies in the state, which saw rains in several parts throughout the day. Now, Oki passed by Mumbai earlier yesterday, bringing mostly light showers but caused no damage to life or property, officials said. Oki, however, caused havoc in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and on Lakshadweep Islands. Richa, what are the kinds of preparation that the BMC has done in terms of Oki? You are seeing visuals on your screen of Cyclone Oki that passed through Mumbai, though no damage was done to life or property. That is what the officials said. Now, Cyclone Oki is expected to dissipate near Gujarat's Surat region, and this is the information that the Met Department has given out. Gujarat is on high alert Rescue and relief teams are stationed at the coast. Now, several top leaders were forced to cancel their election rallies in the state, where in several parts, there was rainfall throughout the day. On your screens are visuals of when Cyclone Oki was passing through Mumbai. Now, Richa joins me on the phone line. Richa, when we talk about Cyclone Oki, what is the kind of preparation that the police and the BMC has done?
Yes, Aishwarya, from Monday onwards, we have seen that right from the time the IMG and the other Coastal Guard authorities had announced that there is an onset of Cyclone Oki that will pass through the northern end of the coast of Maharashtra all the way to Gujarat. There were a number and series of preparations that were made. Yesterday being a much more tumultuous day for the weather. We saw it raining heavily from morning till night. Clearly, it was a kind of a displeasure for people, although a number of people were also enjoying the sudden weather change as well. But we saw BMC authorities, police authorities at all sea coast lines, beaches actually stationed to make sure that there is no eventuality as well as emergency situation that happen, and they made sure that people did not go too much inside the sea. We also saw fishermen being warned to not go inside the sea for the next 36 hours, which clearly makes a signal. And we also saw the railway authorities from their end making more than 250 of their officials and personnel stationed at all stations on both the western as well as the central line, with emergency rooms also being set up. So clearly it seems like taking a lesson from what has happened in the past. They were more cautious, they were more prepared this time.
Richa, you said that maybe taking a leaf from what happened when Mumbai was flooded very recently. Now, even though it rained almost throughout the day yesterday and even in the morning today, we did not see traffic jams or we did not see any untoward incidents taking place.
Yes, certainly. This can be set as an example that if the authorities do their job properly, certainly people can not face inconvenience. We also did not see any kind of major traffic snarls or any other inconvenience caused to the people who were traveling throughout the day. Although the schools and colleges were closed down on the request of the State Education Minister Vinod Tawre, who announced this himself as a precautionary measure. But apart from, we did not see any untoward incident or any kind of emergency situation that was created on account of the onset of the cyclonic conditions and weather, which clearly shows that the authorities, the police, the BMC together were much more prepared this time for any kind of eventuality.
Thank you, Richa, for joining us with all those details. Now, latest in the Max Hospital negligence case, the Delhi government's 3-member doctor panel has submitted an initial report to the Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain. Now, this panel found out that the hospital was guilty of violating various medical norms. According to this panel, there was no ECG tracing done on the twins to determine whether they were dead or alive. Now, the body of the first twin who had actually died was handed over without any written instructions, while the live twin, whom they had declared dead, was kept alongside his stillborn sister. Shireen joins me on the phone line. Shireen, in this first report that has come out, it points out towards the facts that there were many errors committed from the side of the hospital authorities.
Well, that is right. A lot of errors that has been found by the 3-member panel that was set up by the Delhi government has found out that the hospital is actually guilty of negligence on their part in as far as dealing the twins case was concerned. Now, this is just a preliminary report, and this is just a chunk of the information that we have gathered from the sources in the Delhi government. The final report will be submitted in a day or two, and a formal announcement will be made by the health minister. Because remember, this particular panel was set up on 1st December, and both the chief minister and the health minister had promised that strict action will be taken against the hospital if they are found guilty. Police simultaneously has been investigating the case, and so far the Max Hospital has terminated the 2 doctors who were involved, who were taking care of the twins. So police is also investigating. They are also questioning the 2 doctors who have been terminated by the hospital. They will also be submitting a report, and as you remember, an FIR has also been registered against the hospital. So a culminated report will be, at the end of the day, will be submitted, and strict action will be taken by the Delhi government is what has been promised.
Thank you, Shireen, for all those details on this story. Meanwhile, the Max Hospital has also made a statement on Delhi government's probe panel report on the incident. From media reports, we have learnt that an initial report by the inquiry committee set up by the government of Delhi has been submitted. We are waiting for more information on the findings of the committee, and we will respond once we receive the report. End quote. We wrap up this show on that note. For more news and updates, keep on watching Mirror Now.